Ghana just shocked the world. In fact, Ghana is just getting started because as it stands right now, IMF is not getting their self. Like right now, IMF is looking for a way to keep loaning Ghana, but Ghana is rejecting it. And right now, the president of Ghana have finally officially said that they are leaving IMF for good. For good. They don't want any money from IMF anymore. I'm gonna be sharing videos here for you guys to watch. Please, if you're watching, do so well to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Let's watch together, guys.
IMF and World Bank are economic enslavers. What they are designed to do is to ensure that we are in a perpetual state of debt. You can never get out of IMF and Bretton Woods institutions generally because
first of all, on the 1st of January, the president, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, actually addressed the nation. And after delivering his goodwill messages to Ghanaians, this is what he said. This must be the last time Mahama vows no more IMF bailout for Ghana. Now, he said by June 2026, he will exit the IMF program with dignity. Now, he emphasized the need for economic self-reliance, which is very good because if the economy faces a little bit of setback, then we will run to IMF. They will give us the money. They will give us a deadline. They will add incentives. And then if you don't pay before that deadline, you have to pay a penalty for not paying back. I think it's too much. But he said they will still collaborate with the IMF. But he said the next time they'll go to the IMF, it's not for financial rescue, but for technical collaboration. Now, let me give you the key reason why he said in June, Ghana will exit the IMF. So now these are the key reasons. 1 is economic recovery. 2 is reduced inflation. 3 is currency stability because the cedi has been at density for quite some time now. 4 is early debt repayment. So these are some of the key reasons why Ghana wants to exit the IMF in June, and it is very good. For the technical collaboration side, it's also good. So it's high time we are self-reliant. Every time give me money, every time give me money. And I had hope. I'm beginning to see something clear when he started donating items to Gaza, to Rwanda, to Congo, to Jamaica. You understand? So it's a good thing. But I'll give Mahama 10 over 10 if he tighten our borders. Yes, that's it. Because now he's doing everything right. Inflation is doing well. Like everything right. So if he tighten the borders, bro, we are good to go.
I just watched a video where the Ghanaian president Mahama stated clearly that Ghana will be exiting the IMF. This goes in line to amplify what I've been saying all along, that these foreign economic firms do not mean African states well. A few months ago, I posted on here that Ghanaian president is facing a serious backlash from the IMF because he has been improving the Ghanaian economy and the Ghanaian city. Now he has done what every African president should be thinking of doing, which is exiting these foreign economic bodies, because these guys are just fronts to milk African nations dry. And this also amplifies my point that you don't need a military regime like Ibrahim Traore's or Assimi Goita's or Niger's Chiani to gain absolute freedom. Ghana is doing it. I hope other West African countries follow suit, especially the so-called giants of Africa. To the people of Ghana, congratulations. We wish you luck. I am Izuman on Chronicles and Power, and until I come your way again, please stay informed. DJ.
We restored Ghana's credibility with our international partners, successfully completed the renegotiation of our debt obligations on terms that protect our sovereignty while at the same time ensuring sustainability. We're beginning the process of exiting the IMF program with dignity, not as supplicants, but as partners.
You see, IMF is gone. IMF is gone. Without African countries taking loans from IMF is gone. Because IMF was intentionally created for African countries not to progress. The West created IMF just to impoverish African countries, just to impoverish our country, just to impoverish African people. And now that the United States is drowning in debt, IMF is gone. Without African countries, there is no IMF. Look at Europe. Britain is gone. Germany is gone. America is gone. Ukraine is gone. France is gone. Now the Americans are printing, they want to print $13 billion into the economy. See, I just want you guys to know that it was African countries it was because of African countries they created that IMF. They come here, they give us paper as loans and take our resources that are worth billions of dollars, that are worth millions of dollars, and they give us paper. Now that African countries are waking up, how is market IMF? America is dying. America is drowning in debt, more than $300 and something trillion in debt. And you think IMF can survive this? Where is Canada? Europe is gone. It is now for you guys to know that Africa has been the one sustaining the Western world. Africa has been the one sustaining the Western world because they have been exploiting Africa from time immemorial. Not today. They started exploiting Africa for time immemorial. Up to now. Now that African countries are saying no, see how the Western world is dying. See how America is joining debt, dying. Look at how Europe, look at Germany, look at France. France cannot even leave Africa because if they leave Africa, they are gone. Just look how many countries that left France. Look at how France is dying. IMF is gone. If you like, you can insult me in the comment section. I don't give a fuck about you guys. I'm just here to tell you the truth. The IMF is gone and gone forever.
President Mahama is about to change governance forever. Let me explain. You see, Ghana has gone to the IMF 16 times already. Now, President Mahama says this current one will be the 17th and the last. Make you understand this better. You see, on 6th January 2026, President Mahama spoke at the University of Ghana's New Year School. Now, in that speech, he made a bold declaration about Ghana's economy and the IMF. He said, and I quote, now, this is very important. He said this will be the 17th and the last time we are going for a bailout from the IMF. Now, this means Ghana has officially entered another IMF program. As President Mahama insists, it must be our final one in our history. Now, for context and for those who don't know why Ghana goes to the IMF. Now, Ghana usually goes to the IMF when government spending gets out of control, debt becomes unsustainable, or foreign reserves dry up. Now, IMF bailout comes with strict conditions, cutting spending, increased taxes, and enforcing fiscal discipline. And as we all know, 2025 has been one of the best years of fiscal disciplines in Ghana's recent history. Government spending has been tighter, revenue collection improved, and for the first time in years, deficits were kept under control. Now, with Ghana's inflation level also trending downwards, prices are no longer rising as aggressively as they did during the crisis year of 2022 and 2023. Now, beyond the IMF, President Mahama also explained why his second mandate matters to him. He said, and I quote, I've decided to make this second mandate so graciously granted to me by Ghanaians count. According to him, the goal is to raise Ghana's economy and governance to a level no future government can easily reverse, especially at a time where democracy is weakening across the region.
This is why I've decided to make this second mandate so graciously granted to me by Ghanaians count. I've pledged to raise our economy and governance to a level that no succeeding government can reverse. In a region where democracy is backsliding, we must demonstrate that democracy works and that our people can have faith in their leaders to uphold their interests and create opportunities for national prosperity.
Now, this is a W for Africa, whether you agree or disagree. President Mahama also says Ghana must prove that democracy works, leaders can be trusted, and governance can actually improve people's lives. In his own words, he says we must demonstrate that democracy works and that people can have faith in their leaders. Now, here's where it gets interesting. President Mahama assured Ghanaians that fiscal discipline will not be relaxed, even in an election year like 2028. Now, that's significant because election years in Ghana are often linked to heavy spending and economic slippage. He also revealed that his economic and governance strategy will be built around 5 key pillars, which he says will guide Ghana through recovery and long-term stability. Now, let's be honest, calling this the last IMF bailout is a promise, not a guarantee. Now, whether it truly becomes the last depends on long-term discipline, debt management, revenue growth, and whether future governments stick to the same rule. So now the question is, will this finally be Ghana's last IMF bailout or just another promise history will repeat? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, and repost this video for more content.
Breaking news. So Ghana had left IMF. Wow. This is an amazing news. You know, why do I say this is an amazing news? They use those loans, International Monetary Fund, the loans they give to African countries, they use it to trap African countries. Now, why would you give a country a loan? And instead of you to say, okay, this is how much you're going to pay us at the end of so and so year, you want them to sign over a lot of their natural resources to you. Where does that happen? Now, the condition with which they give them those loans, it's not the same condition they give to European countries. Why are they using different yardstick for African countries? I'm not going to talk too much, guys. Let me play the video so that you hear everything from the president of Ghana. By the way, President Mahama is doing an amazing job. He is doing so well. He is one of the great African presidents that we have. Yes, when you count Ibrahim Traore and count, you must definitely count him as one of our amazing presidents. Now,
Asem Aba, Ghana Mampeni, His Excellency, the President John Dramani Mahama Akasa. Now, the Kasa and Orchard say, IMF, no, Ghana Akobako 17 times, and the woman 17. Now, President John Dramani Mahama say, coming April 2026, we are IMF program, no, every year. Now, President John Dramani Mahama say, we are Tasso, and we last one, Ghana, Ebeko. President John Dramani Mahama say, or should we are good board, Ebon Homoden, Bank of Ghana, Ebon Homoden. In fact, to Aba, Ejemitisika, Edima, or Mine Concron Ghana, and ya dear, Yeti, Ebasasu, IMF for and said, said the IMF for anybody to the Amaya say, see, the President of Dramani Mahama say, Ghana, FTT, every Samino, we are another down for the MPP for 3084, and you could see the 17th time Ghana Yako IMF. President of Dramani Mahama say, Sir, we are a year woman say, every year coming April, say Ghana, activity, every more, and Ghana, Ebeko IMF, Bium. Now, President of Dramani Mahama Cassimu and the Orchard say, on a buyer a year and this year buy we, and I say, His Excellency the President of Dramani Mahama or Yaman Penino, they are all king now, and say, obey resist standard, Ebusia, a economy, or Mampini, or Ghana, ebusia obetumi di economy no aba perform biom da the president John Dramani Mahama say we ata so say de be ya Ghana economy no bebi asa me no efefe a eko ne nim no president no say in fact ono no ebe raise a standard bi a president no say enya dia o mampeni bi a ono president John Dramani Mahama dache akọ ahomegye mu no enya dia the predecessor bi a obeba no enya dia obi a obetumi ade obeka se bi a odi economy no eba from biom de bi rada even kura bo o mampeni boni bi te say na da ko fado any MPP for no bi kura you know back say o back Ghana enya dia obetumi di ade economy no aba back biom president John Dramani Mahama say in fact the Ghana masa was so like what's senior mapabi e go akwemu no IMF for no ekonom koda na say e no mo treba Ghana for say coming April IMF for no omo say e ya de a omo program no ekodi ya omo pe say omo to aso e de kosi August na omo mu no e pe favor e free de omo ni agenda bi e no mo set it is the president John Dramani Mahama and the NDC group of people and I said yeah all the Ghanaians are here support say IMF no ye person ye PAT e free asem because good board nko etumi generate an amount of resources e dey amaye na Bank of Ghana e busia the reasons are you can say $13.8 billion IMF for no e say like still on person so e be so say dey be ya on be dey obedicate dey amaye but the president John Dramani Mahama say no ono waba or the nation builder or the hope president Mahama say or the hope can we just imagine say ever since the president Mahama say so e busia when you president John Dramani Mahama stand be e man abemu da and before e bona baso omo mo nte e busia omo bona baso say president John Dramani Mahama is the hope information center me say
so glad that some African countries are beginning to see the need of leaving IMF because IMF is going to trap you. As an African country, they will trap you, they will keep giving you loans, and they will keep exploiting you, taking your resources. But Ghana as a country have seen the need to leave IMF. They have cleared their debts. And they don't see any reason why they should still remain there because IMF, all they want, their agenda is to loan you money and collect your resources. But Ghana as a country have seen that there is no point collecting loan and giving out our gold, our cocoa, our lithium to these people. The Westerners, they will trap you with the money. Our country, Nigeria, is facing a lot because they have borrowed loan even from China. Very soon, China is going to buy Nigeria because I don't know if Nigeria is going to pay that money completely because the amount of loan they borrow from IMF, from China, from France is a lot. Look at countries that are clearing their debts. My country, Nigeria, is still collecting loan. See, congratulations to Ghana government. They have done so well because this is like removing yourself from a bondage. Like there is nothing like being, this is should I call it ancestral curse? Because if you carry ancestral curse, if you don't remove yourself from it, to keep following you forever. But the government of Ghana decide to clear their loan and they want to remain independent. They don't want to borrow loan again. But IMF, I know they're going to suffer this period because the things they are getting from Ghana, they cannot get it elsewhere. And that is a good thing. Africa should wake up. They should wake up. African leaders should wake up and do something about these IMF loans that they are collecting. It's affecting the country. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe.